afternoon all. Today we have the concept of congruence and some theorems related to congruence we have to learn. The first we have the concept of congruence is, let n be a fixed positive integer. Two integers a and b are said to be congruent modulo n, symbolized by a congruent b mod n if n divides the difference a minus b. That is, provided that a minus b equal to kn for some integer k. Here n is the modulus of the above congruent relation. Example item: 18 congruent to 3 mod 5. That means 18 minus 3 is divisible by 5. 27 congruent to 3 mod 4. 27 minus 3 which is equal to 24. 24 is the multiple of 4. 45 congruent to 10 mod 7. 45 minus 10 is equal to 35. 35 is a multiple of 7. 7 into 5 is equal to 35. 38 congruent to minus 1 mod 30. 38 is minus 1 is 38 plus 1 which is equal to 39 is a multiple of 13. 13 into 3 is equal to 39. This is the concept of congruence. Now we have some theorems, properties of congruence. The first one is, for arbitrary integers a and b, a congruent to b mod n if and only if a equal to b plus kn for some positive integer k. So this is we are using the definition of congruence only. This is a given concept, a congruent to b mod n. Then n divides a minus b, and so a minus b equal to kn for some integer k. Conversely, suppose that a is equal to b plus kn for some positive integer n. Then a minus b equal to kn, so n divides a minus b, and consequently a congruent to b mod n. We are just using the definition of congruence. A congruent to b mod n means a minus b is a multiple of n. So that's the only concept we are using the formula. So a minus b equal to kn means a equal to b plus kn. Now we have the theorem, for arbitrary integers a and b, a congruent to b mod n if and only if a and b leave the same non-negative remainder when divided by n. First, assume that a congruent to b mod n. So by definition we have there exists a k such that a minus b is divisible by n, that is a minus b equal to some kn, that is a equal to b plus kn, that we could write as equation 1 by using the definition of congruence. Now we have qb and b the quotient and rb the remainder when b is divided by n. Then by division algorithm we could write b is equal to qn plus r, where 0 less than or equal to r less than n. Now we use these two equations 1 and 2. We get a is equal to b plus qn from equation 1. From equation 2, b is equal to qn plus r plus kn, which is equal to q plus k into n plus r, which indicate that a has the same remainder as b when divided by n. Now we have the converse part. The theorem is if and only if, so we have to both sides. So in the converse part we have assumed that let a has the same non-negative remainder as b when divided by n. Then by division algorithm we can write a is equal to q1n plus r and b is equal to q2n plus r, where 0 less than or equal to r less than n, and q1 and q2 are two integers. Now we can find the difference between a and b. A minus b is equal to q1n plus r minus q2n plus r, which is equal to q1 minus q2 into n. Therefore n divides q a minus b, so we can write a congruent to b mod n. Now we have another theorem. Let n greater than 1 be fixed and a, b, c be arbitrary integers. Then first one is a congruent to a mod n, that is the reflexivity property. Second one, if a congruent to b mod n, then b congruent to a mod n, symmetric property. And if a congruent to b mod n and b congruent to c mod n, then a congruent to c C model, that is transitivity property. That is, congruence follows reflexive, symmetric and transitive property. That is, congruence is an equivalence relation. Now we are going to prove that. First one, for any integer a minus a equal to 0, which we can write 0 into n, hence by definition a congruent to a model. Now that's a reflexivity property. Now a congruent to b model. Since a congruent to b model, we have n divides a minus b, so a minus b equal to kn for some integer k. That is, now a minus b equal to kn implies minus of a minus b, which is equal to, we could take a negative minus kn. Now minus of a minus b is b minus a, that is b minus a equal to minus kn, that is n divides b minus a, which implies b is congruent to a mod n. Now we have the transitivity property. Given that a congruent to b model, so a minus b equal to kn for some integer k. Similarly, given that b congruent to c model, so we have b minus c is equal to some ln for some integer l. Now we can add these two, a minus b plus b minus c, which is equal to a minus b plus b minus c is a minus b is kn plus ln, which is equal to k plus l into n. Now this b and b cancel, so this will be a minus c, that is a minus c equal to k plus l into n, that is n divides a minus c, so a congruent to c mod n. Now we have a theorem. Let n greater than 1 be fixed and a, b, c, d be arbitrary integers if a congruent to b model and c congruent to b model. It's given. Then a plus or minus c congruent to b plus or minus c model and ac congruent to bc model, and a plus or minus c congruent to b plus or minus d model and ac congruent to bd model. Third one, a raised to m congruent to b raised to m model for any arbitrary positive integer n. Fourth one, a by m congruent to b by m model where m divides a and m divides b for any positive integer m. Now we have a corollary for second property. In general, if a1 congruent to b1 model and a2 congruent to b2 model, etc., an congruent to bn model, then the sum a1 plus or minus a2 plus or minus etc., an congruent to b1 plus or minus b2 plus or minus etc., bn model. Here congruent symbols 3 this is missing. Here also a1 a2 etc., an congruent to b1 b2 etc., bn model. Here also that congruence expression is missing. Now the proof of 1. Given that a congruent to b model, then by definition a minus b is divisible by n, so there exists integer k such that a minus b equal to kn. Now a minus b equal to kn implies we can the plus or minus c, a plus or minus c minus b plus or minus c. Here this minus plus or minus c is cancelled, so this becomes a minus b, which is equal to kn. It's given. That is a plus or minus c is congruent to b plus or minus c model, and a minus b equal to kn implies we can multiply every term by c. So ac minus bc equal to c into a minus b, which is equal to c kn. That is AC congruent to BC mod n. Now proof of 2. Given that A congruent to B model, then by definition a minus b is divisible by n, so there exists an integer k such that a minus b equal to kn. Similarly, given that C congruent to D model, that is C minus D equal to ln for some positive integer l. Now a minus b equal to kn and c minus d equal to ln implies a plus or minus c minus b plus or minus d, that we have to prove that left hand we have to prove, which is equal to a minus b plus or minus c minus d, which is equal to kn plus or minus ln, which is equal to n into k plus or minus l. That is a plus or minus c congruent to b plus or minus d mod n. Now we have AC. A is equal to, from here A is equal to b plus kn. C equal to d plus ln, which is equal to bd plus all multiples of n, multiple of n. Therefore AC minus BD is multiple of n, that is n divides AC minus BD, that is AC congruent to BD mod n. Now we have proof of 3. So we have, let's prove this property of congruence by the method of induction. This is holds for n equal to 1, that is A congruent to B mod n. Now we can assume that it is true for some fixed integer m, that is A raised to m congruent to B raised to m mod n. Now we have the property A congruent to B mod n and C congruent to D mod n implies AC congruent to BD mod n. That second property, product part. So we have A congruent to B mod n and A raised to m congruent to B raised to m mod n, which is equal to A into A raised to m congruent to B into B raised to m mod n, which is equal to A into A raised to m is A raised to m plus 1 congruent to B raised to m plus 1 mod n. So the property is true for n is equal to m plus 1. Therefore by mathematical induction the above property will true for all integral values of n. Now we have proof of 4. Given that A congruent to B mod n, so A minus B is, we can write A minus B equal to Kn for some positive integer k. Now we have, there exists a common divisor m for A and B. So integers we have, there exist integers k1 and k2 such that A is equal to k1 and B is equal to k2m. Then A minus B equal to m into k1 minus k2. So n divides m into, we have A minus B is kn. Here we got n, this is A minus B equal to m into k1 minus k2. So n divides m into k1 minus k2. Now we can apply Euclid's lemma. N divides m into k1 minus k2 and GCD of nm equal to 1 implies n divides k1 minus k2, which implies n divides k1 is this one, A by m, and k2 is B by m. N divides A by m minus B by m, that means A by m congruent to B by m mod n. Now we have theorem. If A and B are prime to one another, the numbers A, 2A, 3A etc. B minus 1 into A leave different remainders when divided by B. If possible, let Ra and Sa, where R and S are integers, such that 0 less than R, S less than B leave same remainders when divided by B. Then by theorem, for arbitrary integers A and B are congruent to B mod n if and only if A and B leaves the same non-negative remainder when divided by n. Our second theorem. So Ra congruent to Sa mod B. So B divides Ra minus Sa, which is equal to Ra minus Sa, we could write A into R minus S. So using Euclid lemma we get B by A into R minus S, and GCD of AB equal to 1 implies B divides R minus S, which is impossible since both R and S are less than B. Therefore A, 2A, 3A etc. B minus 1 into A leave different remainders when divided by B, and they are B minus 1 in number. Therefore they should be the numbers 1, 2, 3 etc. B minus 1 in some order. That much we have today. The problem part we will discuss next time.